Hello students, today we will learn class 7 science chapter nutrition in animals. The main 3 points we will cover in this chapter are intake of nutrition by animals like amoeba, hydra, frog, butterfly. Here you can see the picture of amoeba. The second point will be human digestive system. Here you can see the picture of human digestive system. And third is ruminants digestive system. Ruminants means the grass-eating animals like cow. Now, the processes involved in intake of nutrition by these organisms are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Now, ingestion means taking in of food. Digestion means breakdown of food into simple form. Because the food is complex in nature, so it should be break down into simple form with the help of digestion. Absorption means when the food is converted into its simple form, the soluble food is passed into the body like blood. Assimilation means the body takes nutrients from the soluble food and different parts of the body take nutrients for proper and smooth functioning of the body. Egestion means elimination of undigested food because the complete food is not digested by the body. There remains some undigested food which is passed out with the help of egestion process. Now let us learn how the nutrition is taken by amoeba and hydra. Here you can see the picture of amoeba. It is taking food by throwing its false feet called pseudopodia. This is its food. Now pseudopodia join together to form a small cavity which is called food vacuole. Now food inside the food vacuole is digested by digestive juices. Then absorption and assimilation takes place to provide energy to amoeba. Similarly, in case of hydra are taking helps of tentacles. It is having tentacles around its mouth which are used for ingestion of food. These tentacles entangle small aquatic animals and kill them with their wounding cells. Food inside the body cavity is digested by digestive juices. And then absorption and assimilation takes place to provide energy. So you can say amoeba is taking help of pseudopodia to take food and get nutrients, and hydra is taking help of its tentacles to get food and have nutrition. Now what about other animals? See, frog is taking its food with the help of its sticky tongue. Spider is injecting digestive juice into its prey and getting its nutrition. Butterfly is taking nectar from flowers by sucking them with the help of proboscis. Mosquito is sucking the blood of humans with the help of its proboscis. This is its proboscis. Now you have learned that how animals take nutrition from their prey and how they digest it. Now the second point we have to cover, that is human digestive system. There is alimentary canal, that is digestive tract, in all the humans, which consists of buccal cavity, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. Here you can see the picture of alimentary canal. This is buccal cavity, this is food pipe, this is stomach, this is small intestine, and this is large intestine, rectum and anus. Now we will thoroughly learn about all these points in detail. First of all, we will learn about buccal cavity. Buccal cavity consists of salivary gland, teeth, as well as tongue. Now, first of all, we will learn about salivary gland. That salivary gland has saliva, which is secreted by 3 pairs of glands. Saliva is also called digestive juice. It helps to soften the food which we intake from mouth. And that process is also called mastication. Now, what about teeth? Actually, a child has 20 milk teeth and an adult has 32 permanent teeth. In each jaw, there are 16 teeth and it consists of 4 incisors, helps in biting the food, 2 canines in tearing the food, 4 premolars in crushing the food, and 6 molars in grinding the food. So total 32 as permanent teeth are there in an adult. Now what about tongue? Tongue has taste buds that helps to detect taste like bitter in this portion, sour in this portion, sweet in this one and salty in this one. Tongue also helps us to speak. Now food from the buccal cavity goes to the food pipe, which is also called esophagus. This is the picture of esophagus. Here you can see the food is going from the mouth to the esophagus, which is also called food pipe. Actually, food pipe is made up from muscles. It leads from the mouth to the stomach. Now, after the food is swallowed, it slides down the pharynx. This is called pharynx into the food pipe. These muscles gently push down the food to the stomach in a wave-like action called peristalsis. So, from buccal cavity, the food goes into food pipe and then to the stomach. Now we will learn about stomach. Here you can see the picture of stomach. It is J-shaped bag made up of muscles. It can hold up to 2 liters of food at a time. Food stays in the stomach from few minutes to few hours, depending on the type of food eaten. And the most important thing about stomach is its internal lining secretes 3 things. One is mucus, which protects the inner lining of the stomach. Second is hydrochloric acid, which kills bacteria which is there in the food and also helps in the digestion of proteins. Third is digestive juice. Digestive juice is there in the stomach to partially digest the food with the help of digestive juices. Now, not only these digestive juices, the juices of liver and pancreas also help in partial digestion of food in stomach. Here you can see above stomach there is liver and below stomach there are pancreas. Now liver is the largest gland of the body. It secretes bile juice stored in the gallbladder. Bile breaks into fatty acids and glycerol that is stored under the skin as energy reserves. Pancreas is located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice that converts starch into simple sugar to give energy and as well as proteins to amino acids to build and repair cells. So you can say the stomach is taking help of liver and pancreas to partially digest the food with the help of juices. Now from the stomach, the food goes into small intestine. Here you can see the picture of small intestine and a part of small intestine. Now small intestine is a long winding tube. It is about 7 meters long. And last step of digestion takes place here. Absorption of digested food is made by villi. Now what is villi? Actually villi is small finger-like projections which are there in the inner walls of small intestine. Now each villus means the singular form of villi. They has a network of capillaries. Now capillaries are smallest blood vessels in which blood flows. So absorbed food on the surface of villus passes into the blood in the capillaries. As we have learnt that after absorption assimilation goes on. That is, now assimilation will go on here, a final stage in the process of digestion. Here absorbed food into the blood is transported to different parts of the body to provide energy and materials for growth and repair of body tissues. So we can say the complete digestion is here. Here absorption takes place. Here assimilation also takes place. So last step of digestion takes place here. Now the food goes from small intestine to large intestine, then rectum and then anus. Let us see its picture. From the stomach, the food has gone to small intestine. Now from small intestine, which is 1.5 meter long, the food goes into large intestine and absorption of water takes place here in the large intestine. Waste solid food is stored in rectum and then undigested food is passed out of the body through anus. So here you can say human digestive system completes. Now we will learn about ruminants' digestive system, like cow. Here you can see that ruminants are plant-eating animals like cows, buffaloes, goats, sheep, etc. First they swallow the food. Here you can see the green line and it goes into the rumen. This partially digested food is called curd. Then it is again returned to the mouth. That's why these animals are called ruminants, because they again chew it. And this process is called rumination. Then you can see the food is again swallowed with this blue line and go to small intestine for further absorption and assimilation of nutrients, because cow also need nutrients to grow, to give us milk. So that is how we have learned all these 3 points. Now let us recall what we have learned. Intake of nutrition in animals like amoeba with the help of pseudopodia takes food. Hydra with the help of tentacles, it takes food. Frogs with the help of sticky tongue, they take food. Butterfly with the help of proboscis. Mosquito with the help of proboscis. And spider with the help of injecting digestive juice into its prey. Now what about human digestive system? It consists of alimentary canal, which includes buccal cavity, then esophagus, that is called food pipe, then stomach, then small intestine, then large intestine, then rectum, and then anus. And the last point was ruminants' digestive system, in which first of all ruminants swallow the food, then that partially digested food, which is called curd, goes into rumen. Then they again chew partially digested food, which process is called rumination. Then it goes to small intestine. Then after that absorption of nutrients take place. So these were the points which we have learned in this video. Now I think that you can answer some frequently asked questions. My first question is, how does a frog catch its prey? So the answer is with its long and sticky tongue. How does a spider digest its food? So the answer is by injecting digestive juices into the body of its prey. Third, name the organs that make up the human alimentary canal. That is buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, then large intestine, then rectum, and then anus. The pointed teeth in your mouth are none other than canines. The last part of digestion of food takes place in small intestine. And breaking down of food into simple soluble compounds is called digestion. So I think that I have cleared this chapter to you. Now I want to say that if you like my video, please press the like button. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.